Welcome to Metal Mysteries. Today's topic, the story of Patrick Cross and his devil guitar. The year is 1995. The place? Oakville, Ontario. A young musician named Patrick Cross is out shopping for a new guitar. While looking around, he comes across a white 1989 knockoff of the Gibson Flying V. This guitar had seen better days. It was clearly a pre-owned instrument, and it had a small crack in the neck from being dropped by a previous owner. The store owner also mentioned to Cross that this guitar had actually survived a fire. One of the previous owners was playing a gig in a bar where a fire had broken out. It is said that one person died in the fire, and the entire bar was burned to a crisp. The only thing to survive completely unscathed was this guitar. Cross claims that when he first laid eyes upon the guitar, he had some sort of draw to it, almost as if the guitar was calling out for him to play it. He really paid no attention to any other instrument in the store. There was just something about this guitar. When he first picked it up, he said he felt an almost electric sensation or attraction to this instrument. He really couldn't explain it, but at the time he just chalked it up to musician's intuition. Upon strumming some chords and playing a few riffs, he realized that this was the guitar for him. Though this instrument may have gone through hell and back with previous owners, it played just fine, so Patrick decided to purchase it. Things started to get strange as soon as Cross brought the guitar back home. Whenever he would play any sort of music that was not rock or heavy metal, the guitar would start to detune itself. This was rather strange considering the guitar played perfectly fine and in tune while he was testing it out in the store. But whenever he would play rock or metal songs, the guitar would miraculously come back into tune by itself. Cross felt as if the guitar wanted to play darker music, and would play even better when given the opportunity to. After having the guitar in his home for a few days, Cross began hearing strange noises. It started out as just knocking and banging noises that would keep him awake at night, but that quickly progressed to hearing two voices arguing back and forth in Spanish from the room where the guitar was stored. But whenever he would go to investigate, the voices would stop. As the days passed, more odd occurrences began happening. He would start to see shadow entities move across his walls. His keys would disappear then reappear throughout his home in different spots. Cupboard doors would open and close violently on their own. And probably strangest of all, he claims that a freezing chill would surround the guitar itself. These events weren't just occurring in his home though. Odd happenings followed the guitar wherever it went. When Cross would practice with his band, Sci-Fi Prodigy, their equipment would suffer power failures. Other instruments would go out of tune inexplicably, and the other band members began hearing strange voices coming from the amp that this guitar was plugged into. Things eventually hit a catalyst when Cross's personal life began to take a downward spiral. He started to have serious health issues. His skin would break out in rashes and sores, and he ended up losing his job. All of these he blames on what he now calls the devil guitar. Cross had been dealing with these strange happenings and misfortunes for about 4 years when he finally attends a paranormal-themed conference called the X-Zone Symposium in 1999, with his devil guitar in hand. He hoped that someone there would be able to offer up some sort of explanation as to what was going on. At this conference, Cross was approached by a woman named Eugenia who claimed to be a psychic medium. She ended up having a 2-hour conversation with an evil entity that was attached to the guitar. The spirit told her that it was spawned from the devil and wanted to commit acts of evil and destruction. The spirit had also been trying to convince Cross to commit murder with the guitar itself. This statement scared Cross very much. He admitted that he'd been having nightmares in which he was killing people with the guitar, literally using this axe as an axe. After Eugenia had finished the conversation with the entity, she recommended that the guitar either be blessed or destroyed. Cross chose to go with the latter. To finally end his 4-year-long nightmare, Cross brought the guitar to a secluded park, tossed it into a steel garbage can, and doused it in gasoline and lighter fluid. Cross also poured a circle of salt around the garbage can. Paranormal investigators believe doing so prevents the evil spirit from escaping. After saying the Lord's Prayer not once, not twice, but 3, count 'em, 3 times, Cross tried to light the fire, but to no avail. It seems as if the evil spirit wasn't giving up without a fight. It would take several more attempts, even more lighter fluid, and some kindling to finally set the instrument ablaze. But this was not after Cross almost set himself on fire, an act that he attributes to the evil entity retaliating. As the axe began to burn, Cross said that a loud, high-pitched scream could be heard coming from the garbage can. The screams eventually stopped as the flames died down, and he saw that the guitar had finally been destroyed. Cross took one final look at what little remained of the devil guitar, turned his back on it, and began his trek home. Once he returned to his place of residence, Cross said that he felt as if a giant weight had been lifted. He could no longer feel this heavy, oppressive evil force in his home. The voices that he had heard arguing were no longer there. He was able to sleep throughout the night, now that the banging and knocking have stopped. His health improved almost immediately. The sores and rashes that plagued his skin cleared up rather quickly, and he was able to find a new job. Hell, he even won $150 from a scratch-off lottery ticket. It seems as though Patrick Cross was able to get his normal life back after he was able to defeat the evil spirit that was living within the devil guitar. But what do you think of the mystery of the devil guitar? Do you believe that Patrick Cross actually encountered an evil spirit when he purchased this instrument? Do you think that this is nothing more than a series of coincidences and misinterpretations? Or do you think that this is nothing more than a flat-out hoax? Personally, I believe there are many things happening in this world that we simply cannot explain. All I know is that I'm going to be treating my guitar with a lot more respect from now on. If you have a metal mystery that you would like me to investigate and do a video on, feel free to leave me a comment below or send me a private message over Facebook or on Instagram. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time on the next Metal Mysteries.